Hello everybody, welcome to my channel.
Liza Minnelli is one of the most dynamic and enduring figures in American entertainment, a performer whose name has become synonymous with show business itself. Born on March 12, 1946, in Los Angeles, California, Liza May Minnelli is the daughter of two Hollywood legends, actress and singer Judy Garland and acclaimed film director Vincente Minnelli. From the start, she was destined for the stage. Inheriting both her mother's powerhouse vocals and her father's sense of visual flair, Minnelli began performing as a teenager, appearing alongside her mother in concerts and television specials. Her Broadway debut came in 1965 with Flora the Red Menace, a performance that earned her a Tony Award at just 19 years old, an early sign of the brilliance to come. But it was her role as Sally Bowles in the 1972 film adaptation of Cabaret that catapulted her into global stardom. Under the direction of Bob Fosse, Minnelli's electrifying portrayal of the free-spirited nightclub singer won her the Academy Award for Best Actress, as well as a Golden Globe and a BAFTA, solidifying her as one of the defining talents of her generation. Beyond Cabaret, Minnelli became a fixture of concert stages, nightclubs, and variety shows throughout the 1970s and 1980s. Her stage presence, vibrant, emotional, and endlessly expressive, was unmatched. She performed legendary concerts such as Liza with a Z, 1972. Directed by Fosse and choreographed by her longtime collaborator Ron Lewis, which earned her an Emmy Award and further showcased her signature mix of Broadway energy and jazz-inflected charisma. Throughout her career, Minnelli has endured personal and professional ups and downs, including health struggles and battles with addiction. Yet her resilience and passion have kept her in the public eye. She continued to appear in films such as Arthur, 1981, opposite Dudley Moore, and made numerous television appearances, always maintaining her aura of theatrical authenticity. Liza's style, short hair, expressive eyes, and a voice that ranges from vulnerable whisper to belting power, became iconic. She has inspired countless performers and remains a symbol of classic American showmanship, part jazz, part Broadway, and entirely her own. Her performances were never just acts of entertainment. They were acts of survival and triumph, delivered with the full force of emotion that only someone born into, and remade by, the spotlight could possess. Even in later years, Minnelli has remained a beloved cultural figure, representing both Hollywood royalty and the unbreakable spirit of a true performer. Whether on stage, in film, or through her legendary friendships with figures like Frank Sinatra, Sammy Davis Jr., and Elton John, she stands as the ultimate embodiment of what it means to live for the applause. As Liza Minnelli's career evolved through the decades, her status as a living link to Hollywood's golden age and Broadway's heyday only deepened. She carried the torch of classic entertainment while constantly reinventing herself for new audiences, always with the same unmistakable flair that defined her. After the monumental success of Cabaret, 1972, Minnelli became one of the most sought-after performers in the world. Her follow-up projects, such as Liza with a Z, 1972, Lucky Lady, 1975, and New York, New York, 1977, the latter directed by Martin Scorsese and co-starring Robert De Niro, showcased her as both a cinematic actress and a live performer capable of raw emotional depth. Though New York, New York was not a major box office hit upon release, its title song became one of Minnelli's defining numbers, later immortalized by Frank Sinatra. In the 1980s, Minnelli found renewed success in the romantic comedy Arthur, 1981, where her charm and comedic timing opposite Dudley Moore won audiences over again. She also continued to perform around the world. Her concerts blending musical theater classics, jazz standards, and deeply personal ballads. Her stage shows were more than performances, they were emotional experiences, often reflecting her own battles and triumphs. Offstage, Minnelli's life was as dramatic as any of her films. She married 4 times, including to entertainer Peter Allen, who later became a celebrated songwriter, and to producer David Gest. Her relationships often drew intense media attention, but Minnelli remained remarkably open, witty, and unguarded in interviews, never shying away from discussing her struggles with addiction, health issues, or her determination to keep performing no matter the cost. Her resilience became a hallmark of her public image. Liza the survivor, ever ready to rise again. In the 1990s and 2000s, Minnelli continued to tour and appear on television, including a memorable guest role as Lucille Ostero, Lucille II, on the acclaimed comedy Arrested Development. Her appearances there, playing a delightfully dizzy socialite, introduced her to a new generation of fans and proved that her comedic timing was as sharp as ever. Minnelli's influence on music and performance is vast. Artists from Lady Gaga to Beyoncé have cited her as an inspiration, and her combination of vulnerability and power has become a model for modern pop performance. On stage, she blurred the line between cabaret and concert, between character and self, creating a direct emotional connection that few others have matched. Her accolades include an Oscar, multiple Tony Awards, Emmy Awards, and a Grammy Legend Award, making her one of the few entertainers to achieve EGOT status, earning all 4 major American entertainment honors. Yet beyond trophies, it's her humanity, her sense of drama, and her fearless honesty that make her so enduring. Even in later years, when health challenges limited her public appearances, Minnelli continued to make select performances and appearances, often received with standing ovations before she even began to sing. Her presence itself became symbolic, a testament to survival, to artistry, and to the unbreakable power of a performer who, as she famously once said, just can't help but perform. Liza Minnelli's artistic legacy is monumental, not just because of her awards or iconic roles, but because of the way she redefined the performer's connection to the audience. She brought an intensity and honesty to her performances that made every song, every gesture, feel lived in and immediate. Unlike many stars of her generation who maintained a polished distance, Minnelli invited the audience into her emotional world, making her shows feel like confessional experiences as much as entertainment. Her influence on modern performers is profound. Artists like Lady Gaga, Christina Aguilera, and Adele have cited Minnelli as a model for combining vocal prowess with theatrical flair. Gaga in particular has drawn directly from Minnelli's cabaret style, performing in glittering gowns and dramatic staging reminiscent of Liza's legendary concerts. Minnelli's fearless vulnerability, singing songs about heartbreak, longing, or defiance with full emotional commitment, set a template for performers who view the stage as both an artistic and personal space. Minnelli's voice, while sometimes described as idiosyncratic, is extraordinary for its emotional nuance. She doesn't rely solely on technical perfection. Instead, she bends phrasing, stretches timing, and injects emotional color in ways that make every song uniquely her own. From torch songs to show tunes to jazz standards, her interpretations feel like conversations rather than performances, a skill that few can match. Her impact extends beyond music. Minnelli is an icon of fashion, individuality, and resilience. Her short hairstyles, dramatic eyeliner, and sparkling costumes became signature traits, influencing stage and pop culture aesthetics for decades. She also symbolized survival in the entertainment industry, despite personal tragedies. health struggles, and the pressure of being Judy Garland's daughter, she carved out a singular identity, proving that legacy doesn't have to be a burden, it can be a springboard. Minnelli has also been a trailblazer in LGBTQ+ advocacy, becoming a beloved figure in queer communities. Her music, her cabaret performances, and her flamboyant style resonated deeply with gay audiences, and she has long been celebrated at Pride events worldwide. Her openness, glamour, and defiance of convention made her both a role model and a symbol of empowerment. Even today, Liza Minnelli represents the essence of show business: bold, vulnerable, dazzling, and utterly unforgettable. Her career spans nearly 7 decades, and her influence continues to echo in theater, film, and music. She remains a living testament to the transformative power of performance, proof that true artistry is not measured in awards alone, but in the ability to move, inspire, and endure. Through the 1990s and 2000s, Minnelli maintained her status as a captivating live performer. She headlined Broadway revivals, cabaret shows, and Las Vegas residencies, including the acclaimed Liza's Back, 2002, which marked her triumphant return after several health setbacks. Despite chronic issues, including knee surgeries, mobility problems, and episodes of pneumonia, Minnelli's determination to perform never waned. Each appearance carried the weight of her personal battles, which only added to the intensity and authenticity of her performances. In television and film, she remained a versatile presence. She appeared in the comedy series Arrested Development, bringing her unique energy to a younger audience. Guest spots on talk shows, award ceremonies, and variety specials kept her in the public eye, while documentaries like Liza Minnelli, The Search for the Real Me, 2007, offered intimate glimpses into her life, revealing both the glamour and the struggles of her career. These candid portrayals solidified her reputation as an artist who is unapologetically human, blending triumph with vulnerability. Minnelli's personal life has often been the subject of public fascination. Her 4 marriages, including her highly publicized union with music producer David Gest, and her close friendships with entertainment icons like Joel Grey, Frank Sinatra, and Michael Jackson, reflect her deep roots in the show business world. Yet beneath the glitz, she faced significant hardships, battles with addiction, mental health challenges, and the pressures of living in the shadow of her legendary mother, Judy Garland. Liza's ability to persist and reinvent herself in the face of these obstacles has become a central part of her legacy, inspiring countless fans and performers alike. Cultural impact. Minnelli is more than a performer. She's a symbol of resilience, individuality, and glamour. Her influence can be seen across Broadway, pop music, and cabaret. She represents a bridge between the golden age of Hollywood and contemporary entertainment, keeping alive the traditions of live performance, emotional honesty, and theatrical spectacle. She has also become an enduring queer icon, celebrated for her defiant self-expression and for embracing audiences often marginalized by mainstream culture. Even as she entered her later years, Minnelli continued to captivate audiences. Whether in concert, on television, or through the lens of documentary filmmakers, she remains a living emblem of the power of performance, showing that artistry is not just about youth or fame, it's about heart, courage, and the willingness to bare one's soul to the world. Her life and career are a testament to the idea that true stardom is not just talent, but persistence, authenticity, and the ability to inspire generations long after the lights first shine. Liza Minnelli's story is one of triumph and struggle, of dazzling spectacle and intimate emotion, a journey that defines what it truly means to be a performer. By the 2010s, Liza Minnelli had firmly established herself as an entertainment legend, known as much for her tenacity and personality as for her unmatched talent. Despite ongoing health struggles, including a hip replacement, hip injury complications, and a serious bout of pneumonia, she continued performing, often incorporating her life experiences into her shows. These later performances were marked by a combination of nostalgia, humor, and raw honesty, showing audiences not just the glitz of Liza Minnelli, but the human being beneath it. During this period, Minnelli made notable appearances at tribute concerts, benefit events, and cabaret specials, often revisiting songs from Cabaret, New York, and her Broadway classics. She also participated in documentaries and interviews that chronicled her life, offering reflections on fame, her family legacy, and the price of a life in the spotlight. Her openness about her personal struggles, addiction, anxiety, and health issues added to her image as a resilient survivor, an artist who never let adversity silence her. Minnelli's fashion and visual style became a defining part of her persona. Short, dramatic hairstyles, bold eyeliner, sequined costumes, and high-energy stage outfits became trademarks that influenced generations of performers. Her ability to merge classic Hollywood glamour with a modern theatrical sensibility made her an enduring fashion icon, appearing on magazine covers, attending premieres in show-stopping gowns, and inspiring contemporary pop stars like Lady Gaga, Katy Perry, and Christina Aguilera. Her influence extends deeply into the LGBTQ+ community, where she has long been celebrated as a queer icon. Her fearless performances, flamboyant style, and celebration of self-expression resonated with LGBTQ+ audiences, creating a devoted fanbase that spans decades. Pride events, drag shows, and cabaret performances often pay homage to her signature songs and style, demonstrating her continuing cultural relevance. Minnelli's voice and performance style remain her most lasting legacy. Unlike many classically trained performers, she does not aim for technical perfection alone. Her strength lies in her emotional honesty, phrasing, and ability to convey vulnerability and strength simultaneously. Songs like Cabaret, Don't Rain on My Parade, and New York remain benchmarks for theatrical singing and have been covered by countless artists worldwide. Beyond her stage and screen work, Liza Minnelli is a symbol of endurance and reinvention. Her career spans nearly 70 years, from her Broadway debut as a teenager to sold-out concerts and acclaimed television appearances in her 70s. She embodies the idea that performance is a lifelong pursuit, not just a profession, and her life story continues to inspire artists, fans, and performers across generations. Ultimately, Liza Minnelli represents the essence of show business, the perfect blend of glamour, talent, courage, and emotional truth. She is a performer who has faced personal challenges with openness, who has dazzled audiences with her unforgettable presence, and who continues to serve as a standard of excellence for those who aspire to live on stage or screen with heart, soul, and authenticity. Liza Minnelli's life has always been a delicate balance of legendary glamour and very human vulnerability. Growing up as the daughter of Judy Garland, one of the most iconic performers of the 20th century, and Vincente Minnelli, a celebrated Hollywood director, Liza was immersed in show business from birth. While this provided unique opportunities, it also placed her under intense public scrutiny and pressure. The shadow of her mother's fame and struggles with addiction meant that Liza's own triumphs were often measured against impossible standards. Yet she carved her own path, proving she was not just Judy Garland's daughter, but a powerhouse performer in her own right. Minnelli's personal life has been marked by both love and turbulence. She married 4 times, including a high-profile union with musician and songwriter Peter Allen, which ended in divorce but was remembered fondly by fans for their passionate partnership. Her final marriage to producer David Gest attracted significant media attention, particularly after Gest's untimely death in 2016. But also highlighted Liza's enduring loyalty and warmth as a friend and partner. Throughout her adult life, Minnelli has navigated a series of health crises, including pneumonia, knee and hip replacements, and mobility challenges, yet she continues to perform, each appearance a testament to her resilience. Her mental health and substance struggles have been publicly documented, yet they have become part of her narrative of survival rather than defeat. Minnelli has spoken openly about battling addiction and depression, demonstrating a rare courage for a celebrity of her stature, acknowledging personal pain while refusing to let it define her career. In doing so, she became not just an entertainer, but a symbol of perseverance and reinvention, inspiring generations of fans who see her as a model for facing life's hardships with dignity and courage. Minnelli's performing style is as influential as her personal story. She embodies a rare combination of theatricality and intimacy. On stage, she is both a larger-than-life diva and an accessible, vulnerable human being. Her voice, expressive and emotionally charged, has become a benchmark for musical theater performers. Songs from Cabaret, Liza with a Z, and New York, New York are studied by actors, singers, and entertainers for their phrasing, timing, and dramatic interpretation. Beyond technical skill, it is Minnelli's ability to channel her own life experiences into her performances that makes her so compelling. Culturally, Liza Minnelli represents more than talent. She is iconic style, resilience, and queer empowerment. Her influence resonates in the work of pop stars, drag performers, and cabaret artists worldwide. She brought theatricality to pop culture, turning concerts into immersive, emotional experiences that blurred the line between audience and performer. Her fashion choices, from sequins and feathers to dramatic eyeliner and striking gowns, have made her a fashion icon, inspiring stage and screen performers for decades. Even in her 70s, Minnelli continues to be celebrated as a living legend, a performer who has endured personal hardship, professional highs and lows, and the constant glare of public attention, yet remains unapologetically herself. She is proof that true artistry is not just about perfection or fame, but about courage, authenticity, and the ability to connect with audiences across generations. In essence, Liza Minnelli's life and career tell a story of triumph, heartbreak, glamour, and humanity, an enduring saga of a performer who embodies everything we imagine when we think of show business at its most dazzling and emotionally truthful. She is a performer, survivor, and icon whose legacy will continue to shape theater, music, and culture for decades to come. Liza Minnelli is not just a performer, she is a symbol of enduring showmanship. A living bridge between the golden age of Hollywood, Broadway's heyday, and contemporary pop culture. Her career demonstrates a rare blend of technical skill, emotional authenticity, and sheer charisma, allowing her to command attention whether she's on a small cabaret stage, a Broadway theater, or a global concert hall. Every performance feels like an intimate conversation with the audience, yet simultaneously a dazzling display of virtuosity. Her artistry is defined by her emotional honesty. Liza does not merely perform songs, she inhabits them, making every lyric a reflection of personal experience, struggle, or triumph. This ability to fuse performance and emotion is why classics like Cabaret, Don't Rain on My Parade, and New York, New York resonate across generations. For Minnelli, singing is an act of storytelling, a way to communicate vulnerability, joy, and defiance simultaneously. Minnelli's cultural influence extends beyond music and theater. She is a fashion icon, known for bold hairstyles, dramatic eyeliner, sequined costumes, and stage outfits that blur the line between glamour and performance art. Her visual style has influenced countless performers in pop, theater, and drag communities, reinforcing her status as a living legend of theatricality and glamour. Liza also holds a special place in LGBTQ+ culture. Her unapologetic self-expression, flamboyant style, and celebration of individuality have made her an enduring queer icon. Pride events, drag shows, and cabaret performances frequently pay tribute to her music and persona, highlighting her deep resonance with audiences who see her as a symbol of courage, authenticity, and resilience. Her personal narrative, overcoming health struggles, addiction, and the pressures of being Judy Garland's daughter, adds to the mythos of Liza Minnelli. She embodies the idea that true stardom is not only talent but the ability to endure, reinvent oneself, and persist with courage and authenticity. Her life story, filled with triumph, heartbreak, reinvention, and unyielding dedication to performance, has become almost archetypal, inspiring both fans and aspiring performers worldwide. Even in her later years, Minnelli's presence continues to captivate. Whether in concert, on television, or through the narratives of documentaries and retrospectives, she exemplifies the enduring power of performance. She shows that artistry is not about perfection or youthful energy alone, but about the capacity to move, inspire, and emotionally connect across generations. Liza Minnelli is more than a performer. She is an iconic embodiment of theatricality and emotional truth, a figure whose life and art have become inseparable. Her performances are remarkable not merely for vocal ability or technical skill, but for their raw immediacy. She has a rare gift: the ability to make audiences feel that every word she sings, every gesture she makes, is happening for them and with them. This is the core of Minnelli's artistry. Her music and stagecraft are intimate, immersive, and deeply human. Her career is also a study in reinvention and resilience. While many stars fade after early success, Minnelli has repeatedly redefined herself, moving seamlessly between Broadway, film, television, and concert stages. From her Tony-winning Broadway debut in Flora the Red Menace to her Oscar-winning role in Cabaret, to Las Vegas residencies and acclaimed concert tours in the 2000s and 2010s. She has continually demonstrated versatility and a refusal to be pigeonholed. Each era of her career showcases a different facet of her talent: the raw emotionality of early Broadway, the cinematic presence of her film work, the intimacy of Cabaret, and the spectacle of large-scale concert performances. Minnelli's personal struggles have always been intertwined with her artistry, adding depth and authenticity to her work. She has faced health challenges, addiction, and the intense public scrutiny of being Judy Garland's daughter. Yet she channels these experiences into her performances. Her songs often carry the weight of personal triumph and survival, giving them resonance that few performers achieve. In this way, Liza embodies the classic theatrical principle that pain can be transformed into art, and that the stage can be both a sanctuary and a proving ground. Culturally, Minnelli's influence extends far beyond Broadway and Hollywood. She is a fashion icon, known for dramatic hairstyles, glittering stage costumes, and bold makeup, which have inspired generations of performers and designers. Her persona resonates deeply in LGBTQ+ culture, where she has long been celebrated as a symbol of defiance, glamour, and fearless self-expression. Pride celebrations, drag performances, and pop culture homages often cite Minnelli as an archetype of courage, authenticity, and joy in performance. Her work also demonstrates a philosophical approach to performance. Liza views the act of performing as both a personal and communal ritual, a space where she can connect emotionally with audiences while expressing the full range of human experience. For Minnelli, every song is a story, every gesture is meaningful, and every show is an exploration of vulnerability, resilience, and joy. This philosophy has made her performances timeless, allowing her to transcend generational and stylistic boundaries. Even today, Liza Minnelli remains a living legend, admired not just for her accomplishments, but for the spirit she brings to every stage, screen, and song. She represents the enduring power of performance to inspire, comfort, and connect. Her life story, dazzling, tumultuous, and triumphant, is a masterclass in artistry, perseverance, and the human capacity for reinvention. Liza Minnelli is more than a performer. She is an archetype of performance itself, a figure who embodies the emotional extremes of theater, film, and music. Her career reflects a fusion of glamour, vulnerability, and defiance, a combination that has allowed her to resonate with audiences across generations. To watch Minnelli perform is to witness theatrical history alive, a living conduit between Hollywood's golden age, Broadway's vibrant legacy, and modern pop culture spectacle. Her stage presence is legendary. She does not merely perform songs, she inhabits them, making each lyric a lived experience. Audiences feel that she is singing to them personally, sharing a story that is simultaneously universal and intimate. This ability to merge emotion, drama, and technical skill sets her apart from virtually all her contemporaries. From the cabaret intimacy of Liza with a Z to the cinematic grandeur of Cabaret and the iconic show-stopping moments in New York, New York, Minnelli demonstrates a command of performance that blends narrative, music, and personality. Her personal life, marked by both triumph and adversity, has become inseparable from her legend. As the daughter of Judy Garland, she inherited immense talent, but also the pressures of living in the shadow of a global icon. Her battles with health, addiction, and personal loss have shaped the emotional depth of her performances, turning real-life struggles into art that is compelling, relatable, and enduring. In this way, she personifies the idea that true artistry often grows out of life's challenges. Minnelli is also a cultural touchstone, particularly within LGBTQ+ communities, where her unapologetic self-expression, flamboyant style, and defiant individuality have made her an enduring icon. Pride celebrations, cabaret performances, and drag shows repeatedly pay homage to her music and persona. Her influence extends to fashion and style, from stage costumes and sequins to her signature short hair and dramatic makeup, inspiring countless performers, designers, and artists. Her artistic philosophy centers on connection and authenticity. Minnelli treats performance as a sacred act, a space where emotion, storytelling, and spectacle intersect. She does not merely entertain, she communicates, forging a bond with audiences that transcends time and culture. This approach explains why her performances remain relevant decades after her most famous roles, and why she continues to inspire generations of performers who seek not only technical mastery but emotional resonance. Even now, Liza Minnelli represents the eternal spirit of show business. Her life is a story of courage, resilience, and reinvention, from the bright promise of her youth through periods of personal struggle, to her status as a global icon whose work continues to captivate and inspire. She is a living reminder that performance is not just a craft but a way of living, a vessel for emotion, identity, and legacy. In sum, Liza Minnelli is a performing legend who transformed Broadway, cabaret, and film. A cultural icon whose style, charisma, and individuality influence fashion, music, and theater. A resilient survivor who turned personal hardships into artistic triumph. A queer icon celebrated for authenticity, defiance, and expression. A living bridge connecting Hollywood's golden age, Broadway, and contemporary entertainment. Her legacy endures because she embodies the very essence of what it means to live for the stage, to captivate audiences not only with talent but with heart, vulnerability, and an unyielding presence. Liza Minnelli is, in every sense, unforgettable, an eternal icon of artistry, courage, and showmanship. Liza Minnelli is a living embodiment of the evolution of American entertainment. Her career spans nearly 7 decades. Beginning in the shadow of Hollywood's golden age and continuing into the 21st century, a period that has seen enormous changes in theater, film, and popular music. Through it all, she has remained relevant, influential, and iconic, adapting to new trends while maintaining a signature style that is unmistakably hers. From her Broadway debut in Flora the Red Menace, 1965, to her legendary performance in Cabaret, 1972, Minnelli has consistently pushed the boundaries of performance, blending singing, acting, and dance in ways that feel both immediate and timeless. Her work with directors like Bob Fosse and Martin Scorsese helped redefine the possibilities of musical film, while her cabaret and concert performances set a new standard for live theatrical energy and emotional honesty. Minnelli's artistry is deeply intertwined with her personal narrative, making her life story part of her mythos. Being Judy Garland's daughter gave her unparalleled access to performance traditions, but it also exposed her to public scrutiny and personal pressures. Minnelli's response was to forge her own identity, turning her struggles into art. Addiction, health challenges, and personal loss became elements that enriched her performances, giving them a depth and authenticity that few entertainers achieve. Her cultural impact is multifaceted. She is a fashion and style icon, known for dramatic costumes, bold makeup, and a distinctive presence that has influenced performers across multiple generations. She is also a queer icon, celebrated for self-expression, individuality, and empowerment. Pride events, cabaret acts, and drag performances around the world continually pay homage to her, cementing her status as a symbol of courage, defiance, and joy. Liza Minnelli's philosophy of performance emphasizes connection, storytelling, and authenticity. She treats every performance as both a personal and communal experience, inviting audiences into her emotional world while delivering spectacle, energy, and joy. This approach has ensured her relevance across decades, allowing her to inspire performers not only in musical theater and film, but also in pop music, cabaret, and performance art. Her later career further reinforced her status as a survivor and reinventor. In the 2000s and 2010s, she returned to live performances, television specials, and documentaries, demonstrating resilience despite chronic health issues. These appearances were not simply nostalgic, they were testaments to endurance and artistry, showing that Minnelli's power as a performer does not diminish with age but grows with lived experience. Ultimately, Liza Minnelli represents the ideal of show business itself. She embodies the glamour, emotional intensity, and resilience of the stage, while also demonstrating the courage to be vulnerable, human, and real. She has inspired generations of performers, both directly and indirectly, through her artistry, her style, and her unapologetic authenticity. Her life and career tell a story of triumph, heartbreak, creativity, and perseverance, ensuring her place in history as one of the most influential performers of all time. Liza Minnelli is more than an entertainer, she is a cultural phenomenon. A living symbol of both the glamour and the grit of show business. Her career reflects the evolution of American theater, film, and popular music from the 1960s to the present. And her influence extends far beyond the awards and accolades she has earned. Artistic innovation. Minnelli has always blurred boundaries between mediums. She brought Broadway techniques to film, cabaret intimacy to concert stages, and cinematic sensibilities to live performance. Her collaboration with Bob Fosse on Cabaret and Liza with a Z exemplifies this innovation. Precision choreography, complex character work, and musical storytelling are seamlessly combined with personal expressiveness. Minnelli is also known for redefining the one-person show, transforming concerts into immersive theatrical experiences. Her performances are not merely recitals, they are narrative journeys, blending humor, vulnerability, and spectacle. Resilience and reinvention. Her life story is inseparable from her artistic persona. The pressures of being Judy Garland's daughter, personal struggles with addiction, and repeated health crises could have ended her career. Instead, Minnelli transformed hardship into artistry. Each era of her life, from early Broadway triumphs to Las Vegas residencies and concert tours in the 2000s and 2010s, demonstrates reinvention, showing that true artistry is not static but adaptive. Her later performances, often undertaken while managing physical limitations, are celebrated not only for entertainment but for sheer courage and endurance. Cultural iconography. Minnelli is a fashion and style icon. From her short, dramatic hairstyles and signature eyeliner to sparkling costumes and bold stage outfits, she created a visual language that is instantly recognizable and widely imitated. She is also a queer icon, whose unapologetic flamboyance and embrace of individuality have inspired LGBTQ+ audiences for decades. Drag performers, cabaret artists, and pop stars frequently pay homage to her music and persona, confirming her lasting influence across genres and communities. Emotional authenticity. What sets Minnelli apart is her ability to convey raw emotional truth. She doesn't just perform songs, she embodies them. Every performance feels like a personal confession, a moment of shared vulnerability with her audience. Whether singing the melancholy of Cabaret, the defiance of Don't Rain on My Parade, or the exuberance of New York, New York, Minnelli channels life experience, joy, sorrow, and resilience into every note. Legacy. Liza Minnelli's legacy is multidimensional, a performer's performer, influencing generations of musical theater, cabaret, and pop artists. A fashion and visual icon, whose style continues to inspire designers, performers, and entertainers. A survivor and role model, demonstrating courage in the face of adversity. A queer cultural icon, representing self-expression, defiance, and empowerment. A bridge between eras, linking Hollywood's golden age, Broadway, and contemporary entertainment. Even today, Minnelli remains revered and celebrated. Her life and career are a testament to the enduring power of performance, the ability of art to transform personal struggle into shared human experience, and the timeless appeal of someone who performs not just with skill, but with heart and soul. Liza Minnelli is, in every sense, a living legend whose influence will continue to shape entertainment, fashion, and culture for decades to come. Liza Minnelli is more than a performer. She is a living icon, a mythic figure of 20th and 21st century entertainment. Her life and work embody the full spectrum of performance: glamour, emotion, spectacle, intimacy, struggle, and triumph. She represents the interplay between personal narrative and public persona, showing how life itself can be a performance, and performance a life lived to its fullest. The mythos of Liza Minnelli, born into Hollywood royalty. Minnelli inherited immense talent, but also immense expectations. Being Judy Garland's daughter placed her under constant scrutiny, yet she transformed that pressure into artistry, carving out an identity distinct from her mother's. In doing so, Liza became a figure who symbolizes both the burden and transcendence of legacy. Her career is a living demonstration of how inherited talent and personal determination can merge into cultural immortality. Artistry rooted in experience. Minnelli's performances are legendary because they are deeply personal. Each role she undertakes, on Broadway, in film, or in concert, feels infused with her own life story. This blend of vulnerability and spectacle makes her work timeless. Audiences do not simply watch Liza. They witness her live, feel her struggles, joys, and triumphs, and share in the catharsis. Her voice, gestures, and stage presence are inseparable from her persona as both a human being and an artist. Cultural and fashion icon. Her influence extends far beyond music and theater. Minnelli set benchmarks in fashion, stagecraft, and pop culture. Short hairstyles, bold eyeliner, sparkling stage gowns, and theatrical flair became her signature, inspiring generations of performers and designers. Beyond aesthetics, she embodies fearless individuality, making bold self-expression a core part of her identity. Queer iconography and community influence. Minnelli's role as a queer icon cannot be overstated. Her flamboyance, charisma, and unapologetic self-expression resonated deeply with LGBTQ+ audiences, especially during eras when such visibility was rare. Pride events, cabaret performances, and drag culture frequently celebrate her, cementing her status as a symbol of empowerment, courage, and liberation. Resilience and reinvention. Throughout her life, Minnelli has faced serious health challenges, personal loss, and public scrutiny, yet she continues to perform. This resilience has become a defining aspect of her legacy. Every comeback, every new performance, underscores a philosophy of artistry as survival, performing not just for fame or applause, but as an act of personal and emotional endurance. Enduring legacy. Liza Minnelli's legacy is multi-layered. She is a master performer whose techniques and emotional authenticity influence musical theater, cabaret, and pop performance worldwide. She is a fashion and visual icon whose style has shaped the aesthetics of stage and screen performance. She is a cultural symbol of resilience, surviving the pressures of legacy, personal hardship, and the intense glare of public scrutiny. She is a queer icon, representing liberation, flamboyance, and unapologetic self-expression. She is a bridge between eras, connecting Hollywood's golden age, Broadway, and contemporary entertainment in a way that few performers have ever achieved. Minnelli's story is, at its core, the archetype of the performer's journey. Talent inherited and honed, obstacles endured, personal tragedy transformed into art, and a lifelong commitment to emotional truth and spectacle. She is a living testament to the enduring power of performance, proving that the most extraordinary artistry is not just technical skill but the ability to move, inspire, and endure. Her life and career are cultural mythology in motion, an ongoing narrative of brilliance, struggle, reinvention, and celebration. Liza Minnelli is, undeniably, one of the most compelling human stories in modern entertainment. A figure whose influence will resonate across generations, decades, and art forms. Liza Minnelli.
Bye bye. Thanks for watching. Bye.